Coming up, it's an AFC clash. The Texans look to make it 6 wins in their last 7 against the Bills. But things have changed since their 2020 wild card win over Buffalo. It's week 4, and it's next.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at Bill Stadium at Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led by the second-year man from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A handoff for Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne. And every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The second running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. run here with Etienne. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They'll go option to the short side. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And this is caught by Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play you would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 8th season in the league, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So first and 10 now from the 30.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much. Maybe a yard. Second down coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on third and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He finds Corey Davis. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Myles Garrett in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one.
It's caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over.
They fell last week at the hands of the Washington football team, but they've got the lead right now.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Come on now.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. Allen's got it complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Woods has it complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Bills' passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. That's going to set him back 5 yards. They'll run the option right here on first down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now Etienne.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Tua. It's caught left side by John Brown. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Now, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. ETN with it. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the option, here's ETN. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 23. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And it's intercepted at the goal line. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're all...
And they're going to sack him again, the 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And you know the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties are so rare, maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Good work, boys.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't it?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. He won't go down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Tua now on first down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Here's Tua. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He'll check it down to Bell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's caught by Hooper. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this is caught by Allen for a Bills touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Rolled around the way down just about, and still put the ball in the end zone.
Just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Koo now for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin down in South Florida, Indianapolis in town to take on Miami. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. 2 touchdowns for Marlon Mack. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Justin Fields, the rookie, with 3 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And this tells the story right here. As a unit, negative yards passing through 2 quarters of play. That is something you almost never see. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is under. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. There's Garoppolo to throw. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11. They run it again with Cook. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Dances by him. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. 6 yards left on second down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for 2 here. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The tackle made by Blake Martinez. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Woods the intended receiver, and it's third down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A give, it's ETN off the option.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. From just shy of midfield, Tua gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Caught by Allen. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Over the middle, complete. It's Allen. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Tua going to throw. And this is caught by Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown of the game in 4 of the year. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Koo for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Garoppolo. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Looking again that time for Amari Cooper. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Willis, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Tua. This is caught. Touchdown. Rashard Higgins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Yeah, I'm fun with this one, partner.
I am, and he's been fun to watch, Emerson.
We always talk about getting to the next level, right? We see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far there.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Houston's offense taking over again.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Well, you're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Julian Blackmon bringing him down.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now Garoppolo. Letting one go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't it?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but
good for him.
95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 11 now. They'll run. It's Etienne.
Shoves him aside. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll go option to the short side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
They'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. So that'll back him up 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, it'll be a 500